Lesson 11. Hi everyone, John here. Thanks for tuning into Lesson 11 in the Step-by-Step Voiceover Lessons for Beginners series. In Lesson 10, we discussed the fourth link in the voiceover recording chain, the audio interface, and in this episode we talk about the fifth and final link, software. And I'll also talk a little bit about studio monitors at the end. Okay, here we go. Your voice has gone from you to the microphone through the audio interface and into your computer. And now you'll need a piece of software to record, edit, and process your voice before sending it out into the real world. There are, of course, plenty of products available these days, but let's start with some basic functionality. Audio software typically does a couple of things. You can record digital audio coming into your computer and save it in a variety of formats. You can open, edit, and process existing audio files, and in some cases do multi-track compositing of audio files, which comes in handy if you make your own voiceover demos. So how do you choose which software is best for you? Well, I'm a big believer in try the cheap option first and use what you have. So if you're a beginner, there are a couple of free options you might check out. If you're a Mac user, you probably already have GarageBand loaded on your computer. It's a pretty basic tool and probably won't be adequate as you get deeper into your voiceover career, but try it out. It may work for now. Audacity is another free option for both Mac and PC, and it's very popular with voice talent. I tried it a long time ago, and I personally found it to be insufficient for me. Some of the features don't use professional audio conventions, while others do, and this creates a bit of difficulty when performing certain tasks. Kind of like a system that's built on both metric and English measurements, and you have to do some converting in your head to get things done. It's just kind of awkward. Also, I felt that the processing functions like compression, EQ, etc. were not really adequate. So it wasn't a good choice for me, but you know what? It's free. Give it a shot. It may work for you. Keep in mind, you can do free trials of most of these platforms, and that's a great way to see if they click with you. Before we get to the middle of the software field, let me explain a couple of basic concepts. First, the difference between a wave editor and a multi-track editor. A wave editor is a piece of software primarily designed to edit one track of mono or stereo audio, which is what voice talent are mostly doing. A multi-track editor, sometimes called a multi-track composer or digital audio workstation, is a multi-track environment which is designed for compositing multiple tracks of audio, as well as recording and editing individual audio tracks. These platforms tend to be more complex but more capable and are used for music creation, sound design, and so on. The next concept is the difference between destructive and non-destructive editing. Wave editors tend to use destructive editing, meaning when editing, you're making changes to the source file itself, and when you hit save, those changes become permanent. Multi-track composers tend to be non-destructive and allow you to create a composition within the session file without changing the original source files. So when you've created the edit or composition you want, you render off a new media file. This is really useful because it allows you to try unlimited options with one set of source files. Video editing software also works this way. Okay, getting back to our software, we'll move on to some more robust options. Adobe Audition is a very solid package that has the advantage of providing a multi-track editing environment in addition to a wave editor. So you can record and edit your auditions and jobs and make your demos all in the same piece of software. I actually used Audition for a while in the past and I really liked it, and it's certainly even better now. It's currently available as a subscription. Twisted Wave was created as a simple wave editor for Mac users who at the time didn't have many options other than Pro Tools. It's a very solid option for both Mac and PC now, also available as a subscription. SoundForge is the software I've been using for years now as my wave editor. It's very capable, intuitive, and still available as a single purchase product. I find it's the easiest to edit on all of the software I've tried, and the manufacturer, Magix, is constantly offering discounts. I'd recommend creating an account and doing a trial version to make up your mind. They'll probably send you a discount offer when it's time to upgrade. Finally, we have Pro Tools and Logic Pro. These are high-end, professional-level digital audio workstations and are, frankly, way more horsepower than you need to do simple recording and editing of voiceover tracks, sort of like buying a Ferrari to drive to the store for your grocery shopping. Pro Tools can also be finicky if you're not using the right hardware. So unless you already have this software and are comfortable using it, I don't recommend it. So the best approach is to try a few options and pick the platform that just feels right to you. Okay, before we conclude Series 1, a few words on speakers, or studio monitors if you prefer. I didn't include monitors in this mini-series as they're technically not part of the recording chain, but they are, of course, a necessary piece of studio equipment. Monitors are an exception to the try the cheapest option first rule, as cheap multimedia speakers, earbuds, and that little speaker on your laptop will not give you a full enough frequency response to allow you to make good decisions on what needs to be done with your source track. And just like microphones, monitors can color the sound by artificially boosting or lowering certain frequency ranges, and you want as neutral or transparent a reproduction of the original source as possible. My first choice are the Yamaha HS5 near-field monitors. These are the most natural-sounding monitors I've found, but if you can, go to a pro audio shop and listen to other options. The Yamahas are about $400 a pair right now, which is a really good price for studio-grade monitors. Okay, that's a wrap on Series 1. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Series 2 will be intermediate concepts, and I'll be going into a variety of subjects and getting into more detail. So subscribe for more episodes if you haven't already. Links in the description, and thanks for listening.